Get that water out of the goddamn huddle. I tell you when you get a fucking water break.
Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer Podcast. This is Rob Phillips.
I'm Molly Bay.
Today is August 22nd, 2019. 17 days to kickoff. Oh my gosh, it is right around the corner. Before we go and whoop 49ers all up and down the field, it's going to be a total beatdown. We are going. Garoppolo hasn't played bad, but their offensive line is trash. He's gotten so much pressure on him. He's been throwing bad throws because he keeps getting hit.
Is that what it is?
Pretty
I
much.
saw on Twitter that he just looked like garbage.
Mm-hmm. Not as bad as Nathan Peterman has looked. I mean, no, it's been his offensive line, so we're just going to chew them up. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, we're playing the Browns tonight. You're going to be listening to this podcast Friday morning or Friday. Playing the Browns Friday night, 7:30. Tomorrow night. We just got finished watching the Panthers game. We're actually still watching it. Got it on mute. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, fact checks and follow-ups. Fact check. Sammy Stroud was a wide receiver for the Bucs, not a tight end.
I think I knew that.
Well, when I said it, I put a qualifier on the end of it. I was like, I think he was a tight end. He might have been a wide receiver. Maybe. I might have said that. I'm not sure. In my head, I said that.
You rewrote history.
I can't remember what it was we brought up with him. It was the kick returns, a trade. What was it?
Kick returns for touchdowns?
Maybe. Think so. So, yes, Cam Newton played Thursday night.
I have one fact check.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Oh, this was from Joel on Twitter, so thanks, Joel.
That's right.
In the last podcast, Ralph said Shaq Barrett's full name was Shaquille O'Neal Barrett. He is named for Shaquille O'Neal, but his middle name is Akeem, not O'Neal.
And he was named after Hakeem Olajuwon. That's where Akeem comes from. So his namesakes are Shaquille O'Neal and Hakeem Olajuwon. Basketball players, if you're not aware.
I wasn't. I had to Google it.
We don't follow
for my
basketball.
Time a little bit,
Yes.
I think. We'll just go with that.
So thank you for that fact check.
Saves us some work. Some work. I don't do the fact checks normally.
Well, you did that one.
No, somebody else did it for me.
Oh, you're just taking credit for it.
Thanks, Joel.
I see how this works now. So, yeah, Cam Newton played Thursday night in the third preseason game for the Carolina Panthers, and Carolina's going nowhere this year. Who I'm worried about are the Saints. Both their preseason games have been great. They look good all the way down to their third stringers.
I think it has a lot to do with consistency. I mean, they've been building this for years.
And it's not like they're consistently bad. They're consistently good.
Exactly.
So they keep all those parts in place.
Yeah. And then more that want to come in. Get the limited roster spots that there are. Like the Patriots. Players don't go to the Patriots for nothing.
Yeah, we've got like left tackles on our team that are starting that shouldn't be. But the backups are even worse. So nobody there is really like fighting for their jobs. It's just like, what are you going to do? Bench me for Cole Boozer? Gerald McCoy played. Now he's
Wow, this has got to be a record.
4 minutes.
It's only like 4 minutes.
He played last week, too, for a series or two. And he played this week for probably about 4 series, I think. He went off the field for a while and then came back on. Looked like they were doing some different looks. So most of it was 4-3 from what I saw. But he was on the Rich Eisen show the other day, and they asked him, they said, well, you haven't had a really good preseason yet. You haven't played very well. And he was like, well, it's this and that and this and that. Well, anyhow, he played against the Patriots, who have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. And as usual, he just got slaughtered. There was that one play on the goal line. They had him in on goal line situation, which I was like, right away, I was like, they're running at him. And they did twice. The first time, the guy came around the back, got the running back from the back end. The second time, they ran right at McCoy, and the runner didn't cross the goal line yet, and McCoy gave up on the play and started walking away. All the other plays, he was getting pushed out of the way and ran at. He was always yards away from wherever the ball was at. And I'm sitting there I was like yelling at the TV. I'm like, are you seeing this? Or what is he doing? And Molly said, he's not on our team anymore. It's a good thing he's with the Panthers. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I should have it, man. 9 years of that.
Why are you so mad at the man?
I'm not mad at him now that she pointed out he's playing for the Panthers.
You like having like an enemy, though. Not an enemy.
Something to bitch about.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that.
Well, thank God I've got Donovan Smith now. Which, if you're mad about Gerald McCoy being cut, be mad at Donovan Smith because he took his money. That's where Gerald McCoy's money went. Donovan Smith.
An upgrade? I don't know. I don't think so.
Who?
Donovan Smith over McCoy.
Oh, man. No. Well, that's really a toss-up, but, Donovan Smith is more detrimental to Jameis Winston.
Yeah, he's a liability.
Yes. Gerald McCoy getting pushed out of the way is not going to hurt our quarterback.
Right.
To make his stats bad. Donovan Smith is going to get Jameis Winston killed.
Oh, it's bad. And did you hear this week? They came out, BA said that he went to all the position groups and asked them how much they wanted to play, and the offensive line said they want to have. And BA was like, I don't think you do. We'll see about that. So BA hasn't said whether they are going to play the whole half, but I almost think it might be BS. And it's BA is making them
all half.
play the whole half.
He's gonna be like, they wanted to.
Yeah. So he's trying to spin it so it's good publicity that they're playing that long.
They need to. The only ones that have not played poorly is Jensen and Kappa, of all fucking people. Marpet had one bad play.
Any good plays?
Jensen slamming that cornerback when Jameis Winston went out for the run. That was a good play.
What about Marpet, though?
No, Marpet normally doesn't have these slam him to the ground power moves. He's just a very solid blocker. Kappa's had some pretty decent small stuff, just field awareness and being able to recognize when somebody needs help and he can help them. He's getting off double teams very well with that. He's doing great with run blocking. He's following through. He's not missing people. So, yeah, everybody needs work. They could use a half. BA.
That's what BA thinks, obviously.
We're not playing Mike Evans.
No, he's hurt.
Yeah,
suspected quad injury.
That field, he slipped when trying to catch that pass last week. That field was sloppy. And I meant to look up, I heard that Raymond James Stadium has one of the best drainage systems in the league.
I would think it would have to, but how much can they do? I mean, they can't dry out the
dirt. They didn't put a tarp over the field before it started raining.
Oh.
Yeah, BA kind of gave him hell for that. He said, well, hopefully this week, if it rains, we'll have the tarp over the field before the game. He called him out.
Good for him. It makes a difference, and it's the same thing with the equipment managers.
Yeah, everything will make sense. It's a game of inches, man.
Yeah.
You can't screw up anywhere. Like our special teams. We had a guy. We had a play with no guy back there to return the punt. And the special teams coach was laughing on the sideline. Everybody kind of was. I was like...
I think BA said there were 9 players on that play.
What was everybody doing?
And then on another play, they have like 12.
They were trying to make up for it.
I guess so.
Who's our special teams coach? Do you remember his name?
The guy Armstrong from Atlanta.
I have heard, and I'm not, this doesn't mean anything. It's just out there. I'm just going to say it because we're talking about it. But he is like the worst special teams coach in the league. Yeah, he's like a joke.
No.
Yeah, from things I've heard around the league. My sources, which are public forums and crap like that. I don't know anybody in the NFL. Do you know anybody in the NFL?
No.
Do you know anybody that knows anybody in the NFL?
No.
Let's do the Kevin Bacon, 3 steps from Kevin Bacon, what it is?
6 degrees of separation.
6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon. I know people, I could contact people that I know people in the NFL.
My family knew Johnny Unitas.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Your granddad. 90-some years old, still going strong.
I think he's almost 96.
Korean War pilot.
Yeah, he's 96.
Old school, man. He's a good guy. I like him.
That's the only person I know that knows somebody that was in the NFL.
I've met plenty of NFL players.
Yeah.
Don't know them, though. Couldn't like call them up.
Darn it.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Yes, the Panthers are going to be bottom of our division. It's going to be a real dogfight between them and Atlanta, I think. We're going to be fighting the Saints for the top of the division. They just look so good, and I hate saying that. What's scary is that you put Teddy Bridgewater or Taysom Hill, and they're just as good. Maybe not just as good, but not much worse. Those are starting quality quarterbacks, and then they got the surrounding players to back them up. It sucks.
They've just been building that for years, though. So they just have depth.
Apparently. Yeah, I really don't want to say they're good, but they're not really good. They're lucky. How about, let's go with that.
They're lucky they've had the same coach, the same quarterback, same GM, that they made it to the playoffs.
How crazy is that now quarterbacks are 20 years in the league? What's Roethlisberger? When did he come in? 2006 or something?
Yep, something like that.
Yeah, it was 2004. So he's been in the league 15 years. This will be his 15th year. Tom Brady's been in the league 20 years. 18, something like that. 2001, right? So 18 years. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
They've definitely made the game safe for quarterbacks, I would say.
Yeah. And
the quarterbacks are really safe, guys.
And the Buccaneers haven't had a quarterback last 4 years. I think it's the longest. Now, we had Vinny Testaverde was quarterback for 5 years. And Trent Dilfer was quarterback for 4 years, but he was with the team for 6. But besides them, we rotate quarterbacks, and that's not long. Maybe we can have one that stays around for a little while.
Well, isn't he better than these guys?
Who?
Jameis. Is Jameis better than them?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would think. Stat-wise, he's beating them on reception and stuff like that, but he ain't taking nobody to the playoffs. Trent Dilfer did.
Yeah, that's true.
Really, that's what matters.
Yeah. We got some news out of camp this week. Justin Evans is doing drills. He's got a helmet on. He's running. So I wonder if he'll play. Probably not.
He's going to have to. He ain't making this roster if he ain't never been on the field.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Where do you think they'll put him in?
Good question. I don't think they're going to put him in with the first stringers. Yeah, he hasn't even practiced.
So. Right.
I don't even know if they'll put him in.
Yeah, I don't know.
They probably won't play him. Maybe a little bit in the third, fourth. I don't know.
Right.
Good question. That's what I'd do. Just get him a little bit of action out there, I guess. But, I mean, does he know?
Is he in condition enough to be able to?
Guess we'll find out.
Right. We mentioned our offensive line earlier. Jason Light said he's been getting calls for Caleb Benenoch, like for trades.
Somebody's pranking him. No, Benenoch ain't that bad, man. He was put in a rough situation last year. He didn't step up to it. I mean, he's not elite.
Yeah. I think he's young, though.
And he's a tackle.
Right.
We had him playing guard last year. So, there is a dearth of tackles in the league. That's why we have Donovan Smith, apparently.
I've heard there's just a general dearth of offensive linemen in the league. Apparently, a lot of people lack depth. A lot of teams.
No, except for the Saints and the Patriots, the Cowboys.
They have all the good ones.
The guys that know how to build good offensive lines.
I'm just saying this year, in free agency, like ones that would be available, like teams around the league are looking for offensive linemen. There's a shortage.
Yeah, if they're calling and asking for Benenoch, it's tough out there.
He has not put up good film in this preseason, has he?
Not really, no. No, but he hasn't put up bad film either. But he had one kind of bad play. Yeah, maybe two. I think in the Steelers game he had.
Did they have him playing left tackle at all?
Yes, he did in the Steelers game.
Was he any good?
Yeah, he didn't get whooped. Not like Cole Boozer and Donovan Smith. That Cole Boozer, man. He'll probably end up being good. He's not getting beat by things you can't teach, like strength.
So what's his issue?
It just appears he's a little slow thinking out there. I mean, he was getting beat by
speed,
90, all different types of moves, but he was just getting, he was just like, oh, well, it just happened.
The speed in the game.
Yes, that's what I think. And he's been on the team for a few years, but just never taken any snaps in a real game.
Yeah.
Garoppolo played last week. We already talked about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna beat the mess out of them.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an embarrassment for the 49ers. A good stepping stone for us.
Have you watched them in the preseason at all?
I watched the first preseason, the second preseason game.
Not that impressive?
No, no.
I would just think they haven't had a whole lot of time to gel.
Well, good. I don't think they're going to gel by week 1.
We signed a defensive lineman. So this is really weird. I don't know what to make of it. They waived Shane Bowman, who we signed not long ago, that played at Washington with Vita. He got waived on an injury with an injury designation. And then we brought in this new defensive lineman, Elijah Qualls, and he played with Vita at Washington too.
You think they're bringing friends in?
I don't know.
Vita's lonely.
Maybe.
And he's like, I want my teammate from Washington State, so they get the guy He brings him in, and Vita Vea is like, that's not the one I was talking about. It's the other guy.
So they're going through all his old teammates. The next one will be a car wash owner, operator.
Hey, you
never
never know.
went anywhere after college.
These guys might be there might be some really strange guy. Vita Vea might be a really strange guy and needs like a huggy with him, or, a comfort blanket.
Like a service dog?
A service dog, or, his friends. I mean, he might be a real, like, I need my friends. I mean, he lives in Washington, right?
Yeah.
That's where he's staying. So, he just comes out here for work. He commutes.
Right.
So he probably doesn't have a whole lot of friends out here. Maybe he's one of those people that just needs a friend.
Gets homesick.
I mean, we've had a guy that brought a blow-up doll on airplanes with, and incognito tried to cut his dad. I mean, there's some weird dudes in the NFL. Anytime you get 2,000 guys together, there's going to be some weird ones amongst them. I'm not saying he's weird. It is just strange how they got two of his teammates back to back. But Bowman was injured? I didn't know that. He got an injury designation?
Yeah.
So he just came in and collected a paycheck. Maybe Vita Vea was like, hey, do me a solid. My buddy is kind of hard up for some money. You think y'all could sign him for a couple days?
Waive him.
And then waive him on it. I don't know. Make something up. Injury designation. I sure do read a lot into just one little
Well, I'm
news
just thinking
item.
that would be a good friend to have. Someone's going to hook you up with a job like that.
Yeah, right. Yo, Vita.
Come in for 3 days with the paycheck.
Get $100,000 just for being my friend. What was the guy's name? Elijah Qualls?
Yes.
Didn't he used to play with the Panthers and the Ravens?
He did. And he was drafted by the Eagles. He was their 6th-round pick in 2017.
He wasn't a starter. So he played 6 games with Philadelphia in 2017. He didn't play with anybody else. So we'll see. I'm going to go back and look at some game footage on him. He was number 98. He's number 70 with us.
It's Donald Penn's number, isn't it? When he's 70.
Yes, he was. Good job, Molly.
They didn't retire it?
You wouldn't have.
Someone took his number? The scrub. The disrespect.
One of the greats. So, yeah, I have to go back and look at some game film with number 98, Eagles, 2017. Played in 6 games. Weeks 1, 2, 3. No way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, and 16. So I have to go check that out. See if the guy's got any skills about him. He kind of looks like Vita Vea.
He does.
He's got that Pacific Islander look to him.
Yeah, a little bit. You ready to get into this Cleveland game?
Yes.
You're so enthusiastic.
I was thinking of something else. Yes.
It's like a husband mode kicked in where you're like, I have no idea what she's talking about. Let me just agree.
I had no idea what you said. It's going to be held at Raymond James Stadium, 7:30 p.m.
Is it supposed to rain?
It's always supposed to rain.
It's Florida in the summer.
It's the easiest job in the world as a weatherman down in Florida. You just get on camera and say, 50% chance of rain all day.
All the time.
You could probably do that with hurricanes, too. Just get on there. Yeah, there's about 50% chance of hurricane today.
That one you can be wrong, right?
In a bad way. Yeah, if you're wrong about calling for a hurricane, people would get upset because, you got to go buy bread and water and batteries, board stuff up.
Like, it can go either way. If you don't get a hurricane, you have all this extra food you got to get through in a week.
So, Darius Taylor, remember him?
Yeah.
Linebacker?
Yeah.
He's starting for Cleveland. No, I'm sorry. He's not starting. I think he's a second stringer.
He's competing
backup.
for a job. This is one of their storylines.
Oh, you knew about this?
Yeah. The linebacker core, it's like a battle.
Really?
Yeah. There's a really good article. It's brownswire.com by Jeff Risdon, and it's talking about the linebacker battle. They have 2 for sure starters, Joe Schobert and Christian Kirksey. So they're safe, but all the spots behind them and one, I think the weak side linebacker position, that one's still open. The team has to decide how much depth they want there, whether they want to keep 5 players or 6. And so there are 4 spots up for grabs, potentially. Adarius Taylor, they like him because he's good at special teams, but he's just kind of getting outplayed by everybody in practice. Everyone around him, it seems like they're just a smidge better than he is.
He had that one good preseason game back when he was a Darius Glanton. I remember back when Darius Taylor used to be Darius Glanton. And then since then, he really didn't do anything. He was kind of, I wouldn't say bad, but he just was not good.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from here. from the Brown source. Like, he's probably safe, but he could be on the bubble. Mac Wilson is like a surefire, definitely going to make the roster. He's their 5th round pick, and he's right behind Christian Kirksey on the depth chart. So that's their middle linebacker. I know I'm going to butcher this name. It's the
Fred.
craziest name. That first name, is that Sean or is it Sion?
I don't know
how to say it.
Saiwan.
It's terrible. Taki is his last name.
Is he Japanese?
I don't know.
Why are there no Japanese football players?
I don't,
What is up with that?
they don't play football. Do they play football?
Well, we've got every other nationality represented just about.
I guess. I bet you can find one Japanese player.
Like in the history of the NFL?
I don't know.
As far as I know, there's only been one Japanese football player ever in the league. Haruki Nakamura. He played for the Ravens and the Panthers in 2008, 2013. That's just off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head.
Yeah. Yeah, Japanese just don't play football, man. Hardly any Asians. They get some Pacific Islanders.
They have the size.
Yeah, they got the size. Yeah, that's the thing. The Asians, Japanese are kind of small. It seems like they'd make good, like, wide receivers or quarterbacks.
Yeah, probably. Are you ready to get back to the Browns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I still have this name I can't say.
I was trying to give you, what is it, Tiki Taki?
Taki?
Taki? Taki? Takitaki.
In any case, he's been their best blitzer on the team, and he's a run stuffer, but he's had a lingering hamstring injury. So that's the strike against him.
What about Ray Armstrong?
He's a re-sign where they brought him back for special teams, but he's also shown improvement in his run defense. So he's probably safe, but you never know. And then they've kind of got the bottom tier guys, Willie Harvey, undrafted rookie, although he's shown flashes of ability on tape and in the OTAs, but he's probably just not going to make it. Anthony Stubbs is another one. He's basically auditioning for the last spot on the practice squad. He hasn't really gotten a whole lot of chances either. And then Dedrick Young, undrafted rookie, he's almost definitely getting cut. But so they have this big battle with their linebackers. There's a lot of uncertainty there. And then they have the Scottish Hammer. Have you heard about this guy?
Oh, that's a guy?
Yes.
Is that his nickname?
Yes.
Okay.
They call him the Scottish Hammer. He's their punter that they brought in to compete with Colquitt. Because Colquitt's 34.
Ageist.
Yeah, a little bit, I think. And he was an undrafted free agent and supposedly was courted by up to 20 teams. So he's a punter and a kicker.
Wow.
Supposedly, he's courted by 20 teams.
Who said that? His agent?
Yeah, I think so. So probably like 5 or 6. And then he chose the Browns.
Nobody chooses the Browns. I'm sorry. The Browns choose you for a life of misery.
Yeah, basically. But he's English, raised in Scotland. So he's got a Scottish accent. And his dad is in the Royal Armed Forces, so got stationed over in Maryland. And so he came over, and that was in high school, and then he went to college, and he literally flattens balls. Like, when he's kicking.
Really?
Yeah, he went through.
Kicks the air out of them?
Yeah. But it seems like it's ones that he's working with a lot, but.
Oh, so it's like a myth,
yeah.
a legend type thing?
Yeah, kind of basically.
Legend in the making?
Yeah. He's not in the kicking competition, like there isn't really one, but fans want to see him kick in a game. Because I think it's kind of another thing like Matt Gay, where it's just the lore and everybody wants to watch him. So that was an interesting parallel that they had to our team, I thought. They're similar in a few different ways. Like, you have Baker Mayfield, who's young and kind of trying to make his place in the NFL, and they have this identity, kind of young, high-powered, I think excited energy. I feel like Browns fans are excited.
I don't know if Browns fans have the capacity to get excited.
I don't know.
All of them I know are just bleh,
I know, but
Walking Dead.
all the media that I read on them is really like upbeat.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for Browns fans. I got some hope.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, I think he's probably the real deal. He seems to be a driven leader, natural-born leader, or at least a good leader.
He's always in the press, though.
Oh.
I don't think that's his fault.
They're probably following him around like puppy dogs.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he was at a baseball game, and they showed him shotgunning a beer, and everyone blew that up. Or that kind of blew up.
Was that when they were doing all the quarterbacks were shotgunning beers like across the league?
Yeah, probably.
Tom Brady did one.
Yeah.
He did it on one of those late night shows. Can't remember which one. Don't watch them. But I saw the clip. Yeah, chugged a beer. Bam. Like, you go, Tom.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I feel like he has like champagne taste.
That's what you would think.
One of the other storylines is Freddie Kitchens' relationship with BA. He worked for BA down at Arizona.
Damn, everybody's worked with BA at one point or another.
So I think it's going to be a fun game. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm always excited to see the Bucs play, especially play well.
Yeah, I think they're going to look good. Who are you going to be watching out for in this game?
I want to see if they put David Kinney in for more reps, maybe even with the tail end of the second stringers. Definitely want to see more out of the secondary. That was just fun. I'd like to see some more defense. Who am I going to be watching? The offensive line. Donovan Smith.
What about Dotson? How's Dotson doing?
Yeah, he ain't been doing too great. He's had a few muffed plays himself, but at least he stays on his feet. Donovan Smith has played less than 20 snaps, I'm pretty sure, and he's been on the ground 4 times that I can think of.
Yeah.
That's 20%. 20% of the time you're laying on your butt.
It's embarrassing. Like, you have one job.
And he had that one block where the guy just goes in and clobbers Jameis. Donovan Smith didn't block anybody. He just watched the guy run right by him. And that was his guy. He was supposed to block him. No one else on the field was confused as to what was going on.
Evans isn't playing, so we'll get to see a lot of Perriman, I think.
I wonder if they're going to put Scotty Miller in. I doubt if they will with the firsters. The firsters.
Yeah, probably not.
Who are they going to have? Do you think Perriman, Godwin?
Yeah.
And we're not going to have 3 starting wide receivers.
Oh, Justin Watson, probably.
Yeah, I'll go with that. So yeah, we're definitely going to keep 4 tight ends.
Yeah.
We do. Well, they might trade them. But we've been running a lot of tight end formations. 3 tight ends, using tight ends as fullback, 2 tight end sets, quite a bit. So I think they're trying to use these good tight ends we've got. No, we got 3 good tight ends.
Yeah.
But man, they'd be awesome for trade value too. Especially if we get a left tackle. I shouldn't say that, man. Donovan, I don't want you off the team. I just want you to play better.
Yeah.
Holding you accountable, buddy. You're a good guy. I like you. Just want you to help my team win football games. Not watch popcorn as you watch your quarterback get destroyed like it's a movie. And then Cole Boozer, he ain't any better. He's just worse in a different way.
Ooh.
I think instead of giving Donovan Smith all that money, we should have gotten like 7 left tackles and just played them. It's one of those things, throw enough crap up against the wall, something's going to stick. We should have got 10. Brought 10 left tackles into camp. I mean, one of them has got to be bad. Got to be better. Or as good. And just cheaper. I don't know. Anyhow, enough Donovan Smith bashing. We are excited about the game.
Yeah, tweet us your predictions. I like doing that beforehand. It's fun.
Nobody is going to predict that we get beat by the Browns.
No, I don't think so. Browns fans really want to win this game. Well, Browns fan media. Especially, they were salty that we beat them last year.
Yeah, we looked good in that game.
Yeah.
We could beat bad teams last year. That's a thing. We say last year sucked, and the year before that and everything. But no, the past 3 years has not been bad football. It hasn't been super inspiring for sure, but it hasn't been bad. It wasn't like we were getting blown out like we did with Lovey all those games. Gosh,
yeah,
man, that was hard football to get to. Or Raheem Morris in 2011, just that total meltdown there.
Yeah,
I mean, it was pretty good and entertaining football for the past few years. So we're not a bad team. These things haven't gone our way. Bad luck. How about that? Well, we did have the most injured defense in the league last year. So there's that.
I think we lead that in every year. So that's what happens.
We're top 10 in that category.
Yeah.
Perennial. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us.
Quick shout out to Tree for his predictions on Twitter last week. And then also Alan. They were both wrong, but Alan had some sweet GIF action in the thread. So, I like a good GIF.
You love your GIFs.
I do. So tweet us your predictions. Noah Spence going to have a good game. Jameis going to throw 4 touchdowns.
How many tackles is Mazzy Wilkins going to have on special teams? All of them. Well, seriously, I don't think he has not been in on a tackle on special teams yet.
Even when we have 9 guys on the field.
Oh man, our special teams are going to be funny this year. We don't even put a guy back there for punt return. We got a lucky bounce on that too. That could have been bad.
Oof.
That was some rookie mess there. All righty. Till next time.
Go Bucs.